Michaelson has continued to follow the Michaelson leadership and legacy by setting over 100 world records in his stunt and racing career. Kai was also responsible for building and launching the first amateur rocket that flew into space. Kai Michelson's great-grandfather Helge and his great-grandmother Caroline came to this country by a sailboat from Stavanger, Norway in the 1860s. 5 out of the 7 Michaelson boys were inventors. They have very creative minds. Over the years, they invented and patented many things, including the swing arm suspension for motorcycles, mufflers, mechanical starter, 2-speed transmission, friction clutch, cannons, and the power sickle mower. They designed and built the Michaelson and Minneapolis motorcycles from 1908 to 1916. John Michaelson was a stuntman who went under the name of the Great Michaels. He toured the country doing daredevil shows, jumping his bicycle off a 75-foot portable ski jump in 1905. In the early 1900s, the Michaelson brothers Joe, John, and Walter raced their Michaelson motorcycles at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. Over the years, they won many races, being the Harleys and the Indian motorcycles. Kai's dad Howard, who was born in 1905, carried on the family's creative legacy by inventing the borescope that was used to look inside of aircraft wings. This saved the airlines thousands of dollars and helped make flying much safer. Kai Michaelson, born in 1938, came from a small town in Zabro, Minnesota. He had a very hard time in school learning how to read and write. The teachers were as frustrated as he was, because they weren't able to teach him the basics of reading and writing. Because of this, Kai was put down many times by his teachers and students in his class. Because of Kai being dyslexic, he never learned to read or write while he was in school, so he dropped out at an early age. He received a Gilbert chemistry set for Christmas. One of the experiments in the set taught him how to make black powder. Kai discovered that he could make fireworks and rocket motors using black powder. This led to his interest in rocketry. Kai and his neighborhood friends built and flew many rockets successfully. At the age of 16, Kai carried on the Michaelson legacy by racing motorcycles just like the Michaelson family did 50 years prior. In 1963, Kai built his first rocket-powered motorcycle. He brought it to Union Grove, Wisconsin to race, and as he was pulling it up to the starting line, someone said, "Here comes Rocket Man." That day, he figured out if you want to go fast, you have to put a rocket on it. So Kai built a rocket-powered snowmobile called the Sonic Challenger. On February 15th of 1970, he traveled to Burlington, Vermont, and raced his rocket-powered snowmobile in Mallett's Bay. He ended up setting a new Guinness World Speed record. At one time, Kai tried to set a record in every state, and has also put a rocket on just about everything, including rocket wheelchairs.
Hello, my name is Kurt Anderson, and I'm sitting in the Stinger rocket car built by Kai Michaelson. This vehicle has gone over 335 miles an hour in the quarter mile. The first rocket car to ever run at an NHRA national event was built by Kai Michaelson. His rocket-powered vehicle was the first to go 300 miles an hour in 4 seconds at an NHRA event. His rocket-powered vehicles have set over 72 state, national, and international speed records.
I've known Kai Michaelson for over 35 years. I've seen his struggles with dyslexia overcome in life. I've also seen the relationship that he had with Dar Robinson blossom into a legacy of Hollywood. The things that they were able to accomplish, equipment, physical stunts, are the legends of Hollywood today and into the future. That business called Stunt Masters, created by Dar, Kai, and Gary Benz, was the stepping stones onto a large change in the way the stunt industry is created and run. A lot of what you see in movies today are a direct result of the things that were established by Dar, Kai, and Gary Benz back in the 1980s through Stunt Masters. Out of that, there's been a legacy created that's extended to today into the next generation. I'm very fortunate to work with Kai's grandson, Chet Michaelson. The legacy continues.
How would I describe Kai? He's my Imagineer. I would imagine something could be done. He'd engineer it.
These are some of the most spectacular stunts that they performed over the years. While Kai worked with Dar Robinson, they not only designed and built stunt equipment, they also set over 30 stunt records in the motion picture industry. Some of the records include setting the high fall record at over 300 feet, the longest car jump at over 180 feet, to jumping off the 1,300-foot CN Tower in Toronto, Canada, using only 1/8 inch cable to stop Dar Robinson from hitting the ground.
Amateur rocketeers are dreaming about journeying to the stars, and they are building their own rockets to take them there. Among these pioneering rocketeers is Kai Michaelson, who hopes to set an amateur altitude record of more than 65,000 feet. His ultimate goal? To be the first civilian to reach space.
In 1995, my friend Jeff Christensen gave me a book on high-power rocketry. As I thumbed through the pages, it brought back many memories from when I was a young kid dreaming of traveling into space and building rockets with my friends. That was when I came up with the idea of building a rocket and being the first civilian in the world to build and launch a rocket into space.
Then a number of federal agencies got involved. He soon found out that it was a lot easier to build a rocket than it was to get licensed to fly a rocket into outer space. The Office of Space Transportation Department started asking many questions, mathematical and technical, that he could not answer because of his dyslexia. So he contacted a number of his friends for help. At that point, Kai formed a team of amateur rocketeers that he called the CSXT, the Civilian Space Exploration Team. They all volunteered to work on the project. For the next 9 years of Kai's life, he was dedicated to being the first civilian to launch a rocket into space. After working with the government offices for 2.5 years, the CSXT team was granted the first amateur's license to launch a rocket into space.
At 11:13 a.m., May 17, 2004, Kai pushed the button that launched the Go Fast rocket. It cleared the tower, accelerating at over 23 Gs. The rocket hit a top speed of 3,420 miles per hour and reached a maximum altitude of 72 miles up. This is history in the making, stated Space Frontier founder Rick Tumslin. We congratulate Kai Michaelson and his team for not only punching a hole in space, but into the concept that space is an exclusive domain of governments and a few contractors. On July 14, 2014, CSXT celebrated 10th anniversary by launching another rocket into space. This time, they had a number of GoPro cameras on board. Again, the CSXT celebrated another successful flight into space, setting a new altitude record of 73 miles up and a record speed of 3,580 miles per hour. The Michaelson legacy lives on.
For all those who are dyslexic, I'm sure you can understand my frustrations that I've had over the years. And yet, I truly believe I was blessed to be dyslexic because it forced me to think harder and work harder. Over the years, I was able to succeed at just about everything I set out to do because I believe in the power of positive thinking. I have also learned from my parents over the years, if you never quit, you cannot be beat. I also believe if you can dream it, you can achieve it.